probably be it. Turn that up, I guess. Okay, timer starting, 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm trying to become a better person, or I guess a better human being, or better at being a better human, whatever. And usually when people say that, that means they start being a good person, but I think I'm already the best person there ever was, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm a little more concerned with building my skills and my own personal interests because, like I said, I'm already the best person that's ever existed. So all I have to work on now is things I like to do. So, uh, yesterday, one of the big things I'm hello, I'm talking here. One of the biggest things that I've been working on is learning how to do art for real. You know, learning like fundamentals and like how to see things like an artist, how to be an artist. Because when I was younger, I would draw really cute anime girls, as one does, in the margins of my math paper, and then my mom yelled at me when I got a B plus on my math paper. But whatever. But I would draw in the margins, and it would be spectacular. It'd be spectacular. I wish I still had those. I don't because my teacher has them, and then threw them away. Because why would you keep that unless you knew that I was going to be a very successful artist, and you were like, I'm going to keep those. But math teacher also the psychic and math teacher overlap. Not generally, you don't generally see that Venn diagram. So whatever. Um, but I would draw really really cute anime girls in the margins of my math paper. But I didn't really do illustrations, and I never really grew my art because I thought I was too good for that. Much like I understand that my character needs no improving because I am the best there ever was. I had similar thoughts, although incorrect. This time I am correct. Um, I had similar sentiments when I was younger about my art, about my anime girl drawings. I'm like, well, it can't get any better than this. That stuff you see on DeviantArt, fake, fake. I didn't have AI back then, but it was definitely like, no, that's fake. You can't actually do that. But now being an adult, I realize that's not true. So yesterday, I wanted to paint. Also, if you can see my vision board, my mouse right here, I'm circling this. Big inspo for me. I want to be able to paint my house that I have already in my head. I want to be able to paint doorways. I want to be able to paint the stairwell because we have two stories. Okay, I have two stories in my house that I have, for real and not made up. Um, and I want to be able to like have like this really cool this really cool personal touch. That's what I want. I want that really bad. So not only do I have to expand my skills from anime girls, I also have to expand my skills in general. I'm not that great of a painter. I'm not bad. Like I have some on my wall. I'm not gonna show you because actually, can I show you? Do I have anything? Do I have anything weird? No, I don't think so. Okay. Um, can you see those? Okay, good enough. Oh God, come back. Sorry. Um, I'm pretty. What can I say? But I ended up doing this. Okay, get a load of this shit. Can you see this? Obviously, I did the one on what's going to be your left, so this one. Okay, obviously that's me. I know they look so similar. I know that it's like, whoa, can you even tell? Can you even tell that one is a painting? I know. But what is unseen is, let me show you this. Oh God, stop. Okay. What is unseen is I first tried, oh God, come back. You stupid bitch. Oh God. You're ruining everything. You're ruining everything. Okay. So this is what originally I tried to do. This is a time lapse replay. Unpictured, unseen. So I originally picked out this one, which is way too hard for me. It's way too hard for me, and that's okay. Oh God. Oh, you see, I try to use a grid system. I've never used a grid system, and especially not successfully. Um, but you can see here that I am getting really frustrated, and that I'm not really getting it. Okay, so I tried the grid system, failed at that. See, this is as far as we got. I don't know how to use the grid system. Um, Not right. I didn't do it right. We can try again some other time. But then, also, sorry, my breathing is so fucked. One, because it is, and I don't work out enough. And two, my sinuses are all fucked. It's my allergies. I don't know. Maybe it's long COVID. Who knows? Either way, sorry for the heavy breathing. I'm doing my best. So yeah, I eventually did do something that I was proud of. Oh my God, look at this. look at this. Oh my god. Holy shit. Building dimension and shit. We build in shapes. This one is so much better. And like, yeah, it's not like a one. I mean, again, how can you tell which one is which? But um, I had a mental breakdown through both of those pieces because I had this moment where my my child self was sort of exalted, one might say, to exalted to this level of like prodigy and like skill and talent. Uh, like I was just generally understood to be good at art, which is not true, by the way. Um, I was good at drawing. Like I could draw killer anime girl, in the same pose with no hands, which is admittedly better than most average children because also not every child draws or tries to draw anime girls with no hands. Um, so I had that, and then I distinctly remember when I did try to do new things, I didn't get any external validation. So I was not a good artist. I was like a decent like illustrator, and I mean that by children's standards. Like I was not like like I'm not like the Russian 14-year-olds that exist and that will outskill you, outmatch you any day of the week. Uh, Certainly was not that level because that would also require some discipline and some learning, some mentorship probably, or just some insane karma upon coming out of my mother's birth canal, which I did not have at all. Um, so I've had to kind of reconcile this belief about myself that I am a good artist. Because I think I'm a much better artist than I've ever been because even though it's hard, I'm a lot more willing to try new things and to experiment and to think creatively and try new things out. I just said that. But I had two mental breakdowns because even though I think I'm like better at like ideating or whatever, um, I never. There's a long time where I didn't really practice my technical skills and I didn't like practice my coordination. So I just realized that I'm just really bad at like communicating um, for lack of a better like for like a, I'm bad at communicating like the intended message, even if that's just translating a reference into my own style. So that kind of blows, and that was really hard for me. So I was dealing with that, and I'm really proud of that. I'm I'm still really proud of this. It has shown me the gap that I kind of have to start you know start filling with practice, intentional practice. So I don't know. It's really interesting to have to kind of humble myself, not just as an adult, but also as a child, because I have to kind of like look at my childhood self and say, "Girl, I'm not saying you weren't good, and I'm not taking away from what you did make and what you did create. That was so great. Like, please enter the conversation again." But I think it's important to remember that you have a lot to learn, and that's okay because you have a great foundation. We have a great foundation. Um, I do have the ability to lock in, to lock in and make cool things. Um, but there's just a lot of strengthening that I have to do, if you will, like a lot of strengthening of these artistic muscles and muscles in the sense of like of understanding and seeing value, of understanding and seeing light and shadow, which I know is value, but like also like in terms of like shapes, I guess that's a better word to say, is like shapes, like shape language, both as like a design element and then also like a composition element. um and these are things that I thought I was too good for in the past, which is a lie. And then being 25 and having to learn it now, like it's certainly humbling, you know, because I could appeal to my ego and be like, well, you're better than like some other 25-year-old. It's like, okay, but again, there's a 14-year-old in Russia that is outclassing me as I speak. That is making a illustration the likes of fucking I don't even have an example in my head because I just don't. Like, that's the reality. There's always someone who's going to outclass you, outdo you, whatever. But I don't know. yeah, I just want to talk about that. I see the time ticking down. So, but yeah, that was that. And that's time. Oh, stop. Everyone, stop.